Well, baseball season is here again, and this is the time when everyone's team starts off believing it has a chance at the pennant. Except, of course, Charlie Brown's team. Yes, one of the longest running gags of the Peanuts comic strip, TV specials, and movies is how Charlie Brown can never win a baseball game, and they lose in the most spectacular ways.
We always seem to lose the first game of the season and the last game of the season. And all those stupid games in between.
So naturally, one of the first ever TV specials took on this topic. Let's take a look at Charlie Brown's All-Stars. This was just the second Peanuts special ever made, and the only one of the first 3 to not be holiday-themed. The teaser features Chuck going to these insane lengths to catch a fly ball, and since the show debuted in 1966, this is probably one of the first shows to use this gag, so I can't go after them for recycling it or copying it or anything.
You blockhead, Charlie Brown!
Come on, you gotta at least applaud him for the effort! Especially since one of the outfielders should have actually gone after it! The real story starts as Charlie Brown is getting ready for the start of the new season, and Linus checks the numbers of last year's team.
Last year, our opponent scored 3,000 runs to our total of 6 runs. They made 4,900 hits to our 11 hits. And they made 4 errors to our 375 errors.
Yeah, but you can't just rely on stats alone. You should always judge primarily on what you see in person watching the games. I'll shut up now.
I've got 5 boys, 3 girls, and a dog who can't throw. And every time we lose, they call me a blockhead. They never let me forget the mistakes I make. Never.
And yet they can go and forgive everyone else's mistakes. Yeah, I'll get to that in a moment.
Maybe that blockhead Charlie Brown won't show up this time, and we'll have a chance.
Well, team, here I am.
Disaster time. We're doomed.
Yeah, like Chuck not being there was gonna make you able to actually hit the dang ball! This is another thing that just greatly frustrates me. It's frequently suggested in these shows and the strip that the team would actually be good without Charlie Brown, or at least if he wasn't pitching. But as we've seen in other specials and movies, they all suck! No one knows how to even catch a fly ball, and it's always said that Snoopy is the best player who can't even throw the ball! Heck, Charlie himself might not actually be as bad as everyone says.
There it is, right over the plate, and clear over the backstop.
Ugh.
He threw the first ball of the season clear over the backstop.
It sort of got away from me.
Well, try to be more careful, Charlie Brown. You almost hit my mother.
Much of this show, like many of the early specials, is comprised of the comic strips themselves put down to animation, and it does once again reflect the claim that Charles Schulz wasn't really enthusiastic about the TV specials. But I guess there was a little creativity to try and weave the individual strips together into one storyline.
I've arranged for a demonstration on how to avoid double plays against us. Linus fields the ball.
I wonder if Albert Bell saw this special as a kid.
Everything's just like it was in the good old days. Unfortunately. If this team's gonna beat us, they're really gonna have to try. I hate it when they try.
The slow ball's working pretty well today, Charlie Brown. Let's fool this next guy. Give me your fast ball.
I've been giving them my fastball.
It's a high fly ball!
Catch it, Charlie Brown! Catch it! Have you got it, Charlie Brown? What if he drops it? If he drops it, let's all kick him.
Or, you know, someone else could call for the ball, which is what the infielders are supposed to do with a pop fly anyway. Why is it that Chuck has to try and catch every fly ball that's hit?
Ah!
So after the team ultimately loses 123-0, yeah, apparently this was before they invented the mercy rule, everyone starts walking out on Chuck.
I refuse to play left field for a sinking ship.
My whole team is deserting me. I wonder who'll be next.
You know, if you quit in baseball, you're gonna end up quitting in life! How great, now this thing has me quoting high school coaches. The second act does start up an original storyline to the show, at least I think it does, as Charlie gets a reprieve from a local shop owner who has an offer.
Mr. Hennessy wants to sponsor our team.
Sponsor our team?
Sure, Charlie Brown. Real uniforms and everything.
He wants to sponsor a team with 999 straight losses? Hey, then maybe after 999 bad videos, I could finally get some major sponsorship. Linus gives him this news, and then immediately turns around on thinking it's a good idea.
No one else will play baseball anyway. They're all doing other things. You better forget it, Charlie Brown.
Way to build him up and then try to bring him back down. Again, this is the one kid who's supposed to like Charlie Brown the best. But Charlie is determined, and after multiple attempts, finally gets to tell the others the news and convinces them to come back.
If you can deliver the uniforms, we'll give you one more chance.
But because this is Charlie Brown's universe, the good times can't even last past one cutscene.
I couldn't tell the girls in Snoopy they couldn't be on the team. Oh, you mean the league won't accept the girls or a dog on a team?
So there is a rule the dog can't play? Clearly this isn't the Disney universe.
Rats. No uniforms. No real league.
Now Charlie figures the only thing they can do is win the next game in the hopes that it will make the team forget about the uniforms.
It's a good thing we're gonna get uniforms. Otherwise, we wouldn't even play.
But perhaps with the incentive of thinking they're getting them, the team actually starts playing well.
Boy, what a catch!
As a result, they're only down 2-0 going into the 9th inning. And quickly they get 2 out because, again, no one else knows how to hit the ball.
This bat is no good. It's too light. That ball they're using is no good either.
Well, maybe not everybody.
Look at that! Snoopy got a hit! Snoopy stole second! Snoopy stole third!
Slide, Snoopy, slide!
Snoopy stole home! We're only 1 run behind!
He's a hero!
He'll be on the next Milk Bones box for this!
Who's up next?
You are.
Now I'm gonna grit my teeth and bear down. If a person grits his teeth and shows real determination, he can't fail.
I've seen what happens in the strips. He's gonna strike out and everyone's gonna grit their teeth in anger at him.
I got a hit! I got a hit! I finally got a hit!
What?
And now I'm gonna steal second. I stole second base! It's hero time!
Slide, Charlie Brown, slide!
Oh, I did it! I stole third base!
That crazy Charlie Brown is trying to steal home! Slide, Charlie Brown, slide!
Can he do it?
Oh, you blockhead!
Ah! Why? Whoa, didn't think he'd take it so hard. Compared to the tantrum he threw after the World Series, this is nothing.
We're not going to get uniforms. What? I told Mr. Hennessy we didn't want his old uniforms. That's it, Charlie Brown. So long forever. That blockhead lost us our uniforms.
Well, if you must know, Charlie Brown is only thinking of your feelings.
What do you mean, our feelings?
Well, the only reason Charlie Brown turned Mr. Hennessy down was because he'd have to get rid of Snoopy and you girls. Mr. Hennessy said that the league wouldn't accept girls and dogs on a team.
Yeah, and now that you've been exposed as the biatches you are, I've got something to say!
You girls are very thoughtless. Don't you think Charlie Brown has feelings? All of you are the most thoughtless bunch I've ever known. You don't care anything about Charlie Brown. He's been loyal to you because he thinks you're his friends. But do you ever act like friends? No. Those uniforms meant as much to Charlie Brown as they did to you. Probably more.
Yeah, what he said! Somehow, I think this scene was supposed to make him sound hypocritical, especially since he was talking earlier about the world ending if Charlie got a hit, but I don't care! Schroeder may now be my favorite character just for finally being one person to read everyone else the riot act! The team decides that they can make it up to Charlie by making a uniform for him.
But we don't have any material.
Oh, yes, we do. Give me that stupid blanket.
Ugh!
Yep, even when Lucy does something nice, it has to make someone else miserable at the same time.
It's beautiful.
Okay, for everything else in the show, this is actually a very touching moment, showing that all the other characters in Peanuts actually have a heart after all, can realize their mistakes, and show that despite what they often say about Charlie Brown, he really is their friend.
Well, I'm happy to see that today's are in reverse, not wreck their spirit. Tomorrow's game will be different. We'll really show them tomorrow.
So, naturally, the show has to end with Charlie miserably standing in the rain, desperately hoping for the next game to start, with no one showing up to flat out tell him they're not coming. Even Linus kind of skirts around the issue, and of course, there was another reason he dropped by.
Why are you looking at me like that?
They made your uniform out of my blanket.
What a great day for a baseball game, huh? I actually have mixed feelings about this special. It's one of the first I ever saw, and I wanted to hate it more from what I remembered about it, but after watching it a second time, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Yeah, everything is ultimately bittersweet, which is to be expected since this came from the earlier years when Peanuts was known for darker comedy, but the animation is decent for its time, and there are some bits of good-hearted moments involved. There's a ton of recycled lines from the strips, but there's also just enough original story to mix it in and make it acceptable. It's not the best special I've ever seen, but it's passable compared to some of the others out there. It's been included on a few different releases, in particular the full DVD collection of 1960s Peanuts specials. And hey, there could be worse things than 999 straight losses, like making it all the way to the title game and being one fly ball away. Just see you next time.